All right, I'm here with makeup and skincare when you're going to an event. I know many of you will be going to weddings and different types of parties this year. Tonight, I'm going to a fundraiser, and this fundraiser is near and dear to my heart because this nonprofit raises money for children aging out of foster care. Most people don't realize that so many kids become homeless when they leave the foster care system and go out and try to make it in the world on their own. So this organization really helps with training the kids, getting them internships, and teaching them how to make a resume, all the things they need to make it in life. Our family's donated 4 pieces of my mother's art as part of the fundraiser. They have a silent auction, and those 4 pieces will be auctioned off tonight. So I will be going to the event. It's a sit-down dinner. It's semi-formal. I actually went out and bought a dress for the event, which I'll talk about in a minute. But let's get started with the skincare. My skin is super clean right now. It feels a tiny bit dry in the cheeks. I've been using retinol on my face, so I'm going in with my Numbuzin 9 Plus. I love this because it just seems to firm up my skin, plump it up like no other product that I've used before. So I'll be putting this on as my first step here. And talking about the dress, I didn't have a dress I felt was nice enough or appropriate for this event. So I went shopping with my daughter and we decided to look at Lilly Pulitzer. I have never had anything from Lilly Pulitzer before. And when we went in there, I thought I would get something pink. And they have such beautiful bright pinks at their store. And that's why we thought of Lilly Pulitzer. But then I got inside and I thought, well, what am I going to wear with these tops that I'm seeing? They were a little too casual for the event. So we found 2 dresses that we loved, my daughter and I. I tried on the first dress, which is the one I ended up with. It's a long dress with roses on the shoulder, navy blue. I thought that would be perfect. I could pair that with gold shoes, a little gold bag, and I ended up getting that. But I love the other dress I tried on. It was aqua and just had gold, a beautiful pattern. I love that one too, but I had to make a choice. So I went with the navy dress. So my face feels really hydrated right now. The second thing that I'm going to do is my brows because I like to give this time to sink in. So I have really been liking this pencil from Emco Beauty. This is an Australian brand that is now sold at Target stores, and it's supposed to be a line of sort of luxury for less makeup. Well, many of the products look like products we have. So many people feel they're dupes for other products. Some have been hits, some have been fails, but this brow pencil, which is called the Extend Brows Shape and Sculpt Pencil, has been a success for me. Now, the problem with it is that it only comes in 2 shades, light medium and medium deep. I bought, of course, the light medium, and it did work for my brows. I'm going to do one brow and just show you the difference between the 2. So when I was at Lilly Pulitzer, they gave me a pair of shoes to try on with the dress. I love the shoes. They were little slip-ons. They had gold bows on them. They were super cute. I have never spent that kind of money on shoes. I know some people have spent that kind of money for shoes, and that's fine for them, but I just didn't want to, so I ordered a pair off of Amazon. They're very high. I would not wear them every day. They are definitely event shoes, but they weren't as uncomfortable as I thought they were going to be because of the height. I didn't realize how high the heel was. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I guess I just looked at the picture and didn't look at the details. But I tried them on. I've been wearing them around the house. I wore them for some posts on Instagram so I could break the shoes in and they wouldn't be uncomfortable on the night of the event. That's a tip I would give if you get shoes for an event. Make sure to wear them around the house and break them in. I used to do that with my dance shoes. If I had to get new ones before a show, I would break them in. So I think this brow is looking pretty good. Now look at the difference between this brow and this one. It's a lot. So brows are really important. Let's go ahead and finish off the brows. Now, another thing too, when I'm getting ready for an event or even every day, I will go back and keep blending. I might think I'm done with these brows, but then as I get to putting on the rest of the makeup, I might look at them and see areas I missed or something that needs touched up. So it's just like when an artist works on a painting, they go back and forth. They might add to it. They might change colors. They do different things. Well, it's the same with makeup. As you're doing your makeup, it's always good to go back and sort of look at what you've already done once the look is coming together. Now, by the way, I wanted to mention the shade that everything is based on for this is this coral color from Revlon. I chose this lipstick. It's 674 Coral Berry. And I'll put some on my hand. It is a gorgeous shade. And when I was trying the dress on with my daughter, I said, what makeup do you think I should wear? And she said, what about coral? That looks so beautiful with navy. The coral would go great with gold too. So I went with that color. This is the nail polish that I chose for my nails. It's called Walk the Plank. It's from Sally Hansen, number 520. Now I had my toes done a week ago in a coral shade. So that was something that I could do ahead of time. So I've had the dress a couple of weeks, and thankfully I did that because I had to take the dress to be altered. The cut of the dress was dipping down a little too low. So I went to the tailor and had the dress sort of brought up. So it sat up a little higher on the chest. And so that looks so much better. So you need to think of that too. If you're going to an event, try on your clothes, see if they need to be altered, because it can make such a huge difference. I do like that this pencil from Emco is very creamy and it's long lasting. It stays nicely in the brow. So I've worn it several days. All of the makeup I'm wearing today, I've used before. You never want to sort of try new things out when you're going to an event because you just don't know how they're going to hold up. So I always recommend trying it out, maybe even trying your whole look the day before, doing like a little dress rehearsal with your makeup. So I've decided to wear Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow tonight. I bought this because I've wanted these shadows for so long. This is the Pillow Talk Dreams, and I'll be using this shade right here with some of the pops mixed in. So first I'm going on my lids with my Sorbet eyeshadow primer. Right now it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I have to leave by 3 o'clock. The event starts at 6, but I'm actually going there to help. I'm also going to do my daughter's makeup. She is helping out at the event also. So I have to have myself totally ready by 3 o'clock so I can leave and get there on time and be able to help her and do her makeup and hair. So I'm really excited about that. I always look forward to doing that for her. Now, something I haven't really mentioned too much about with this Sorbet primer, you can use it also in the under eyes. So I'm going to take my finger and just dab a little bit here, and this really will brighten the under eye area. This is just perfect for putting under concealer. I'm even going to use this on my capillaries here because this really does block out any kind of redness or discoloration you might have around the nose too. I'm taking my travel size brush, the Angie Hot and Flashy A502, and I'm going right into the Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is the lighter of the two shades. I'm just pushing the product into the brush. I don't want too much on. I want a really soft eye. So that's why I chose this fluffy brush. I'm bringing the color right above the crease and blending it out. What I love about this color is it's sort of a peachy pink with a little bit of like rustiness to it. It's really a beautiful shade. So it's perfect to make the eyes really pop. Now, of course, you have to think about how you're wearing your hair. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you the dress, me all done up. I've just pulled my hair back right now because what I'm going to do is I'm wearing my hair up in a ponytail. My hair extension ponytail, so not my own hair alone, it'll have the hair extensions in it. So this will give me a lot of volume, lift, and I didn't want hair on my shoulders because the back of the dress is cut out in the back. So I decided that the ponytail would look really good. A bun would have looked nice, but I just didn't want to deal with going to the salon today and doing my hair. I'd rather do it myself. So I decided the ponytail would be a great option. Now I'm just softly going to bring this same color up under the crease, just really soft, where it's just a wash of light color there. This is just what I wanted, like a soft wash of color. Now let's go in to the pop shades. These are Charlotte's pop shades, which are supposed to add this little pop of color. I'm going to put it right just in the middle. I'm not going to go into the inner corner of my eye because that's where I have a little more creasing, a little more crepiness. So I'm going to put it mainly just in the middle, but blend it slightly with my blending brush so that it doesn't look like just a straight line there. And this kind of brush is great for doing this. This is the A505. It's a flat brush. So that way the product can be placed exactly where you want it and you can pack on more color. Wow, that is stunning. Now it's time to do a little bit of blending. We've got our product where we want it. Now I'm just going to blend it out. And I'm just taking my brush and bringing it a little bit over, but I'm not pulling it into the inner corner of the eye. I also find that bringing the shimmer over into the inner corner makes my eyes look closer together. So I like to pull it to the side, and I'm really getting back in the eye. My eyes are so deep set, so I've got to stick the brush way back in here to blend. Let's add just a little bit of smokiness on the side. So we'll use the deepest color here in the palette, and I'm using the tip of the brush this time, and I'm just gonna go like I'm putting on eyeliner. I'm just laying it along the lash line. I think that'll give it more of an evening look. Now, if you have an event and it's a daytime event, you could just leave this out if you don't want this much drama. This event is starting at 6 o'clock, but I anticipate it won't be over till 9:30 or 10 at least. So I want to have more evening makeup. Now let's move on to eyeliner. I don't want to have to worry about any smudging or anything like that, so I decided to use the Tony Moly. I mentioned this earlier. It's got a little brush on this end, and it's a gel liner, and I have the shade brown, and this is just perfect. This will give a nice soft look, yet give beautiful definition to the eyes. For those of you that might have shaky hands, I find this works a lot better than a pencil. It's just easier to hold, and I can just sort of scrub along the lashes really easily. It glides much easier than a pencil. One thing I always have on hand are these pointed Q-tips. They are wonderful when it comes to cleaning up eyeliner and making everything look really nice. I'm just adding a little more of the lighter pop. I just felt like I didn't have enough there. So I'm just going back and adding a little. We're done with the eyes. Now let's put on mascara. I've decided to use my Thrive tubing mascara. Such a great tubing mascara. It comes off easily and it just works great for me. And I know that this is going to last and not smudge. So I'm just going very close to the base of the lashes. Let's talk about some other things that I've done to get ready. I shaved my face. That's good to do a couple of days beforehand. I've talked about the new razor I've been using, the Billy, and that is such a great way to get the hair off, especially around here. I will find I get some fine hair there, and I just found that shaving my face makes my skincare and makeup look so much better. Nails, shaving, all those things I do a day or so before the event, so there's not so much to do at the last minute. But then I turn the brush vertically and sort of just go through the lashes. Let's talk about the base. I am going to wear a primer, and I'm wearing the Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. I think it's fantastic, and it works great with the foundation I'm wearing, which is the Maybelline 30 Hour. You have to think, I have a drawer full of high-end foundation, and I chose this, so it's pretty amazing. I really like it better than any of the high-end that I have in my drawer. So this primer comes out sort of looking blue. It's very interesting. But I have found that it makes my pores so much less noticeable, and that's what I want. I want something that's going to smooth my skin out. So I'm not going to put this everywhere, mostly in the cheeks and the forehead where I have deeper lines in the forehead. So this is more of a T-zone. For me, I'm going to put it in that area. Also, I like putting this around my lip lines. Now, one thing I didn't put on was eye cream, and I'm going to put my Peeper Keeper Firming Bright Eyes in the under eyes right now because I haven't put concealer there yet, and I want it to go on nicely. So let's go ahead and put some of this on. And this one is the firming, so there's caffeine in it, and that'll keep those lines looking a little smoother. That's what I love about this primer from Maybelline too, is it really does smooth out my skin. So if you have texture like me, you might want to try this one because it really has worked great for me. It does have niacinamide in it and some skincare ingredients, so it goes on really smoothly. Wow, look at the difference in my forehead now. A lot smoother. I'm going to put this around the outer side of my eyes too, like the crow's feet, like in here, because that will help with that area too. And on the nose. This is also great if you have lip lines, so I'm going to go beneath the lip and above here. All right, let's give that a minute to sit. And I'm going to go ahead, even though normally I would put on my foundation next, I'm going to go ahead and put some lipstick on. And I first am going to line my lips with this. This is the NYX Duck Plump. I have such a hard time saying that title. And it's the Plumping Lip Liner in the shade Subtle Touch. This has a little bit of cinnamon to it, so if you don't like that, this you want to avoid, but I love it. It lasts a long time. I love the shape of this. It just goes on easily. So let's go ahead and line the lips. Now look already, just going right on the lip line, how much larger this side looks than this side. What a difference. You know, we lose a lot of shape in our lips as we get older. I don't like an obvious line, so I'm going to take my jelly tool and blend everything once I've got the liner on. I'm going to really make them look larger by connecting the Cupid's bow. Ooh, I can already feel the cinnamon. It's already working. Now let's go in with the lipstick from Revlon. This again is Coral Berry 674. Okay, now this right now doesn't look the way I want it to because you can see the obvious brown. So that's where the jelly tool and the blending comes in. Boy, this color really brings the face to life, doesn't it? Now let's go in with the Maybelline. This is their 30-hour Lumi Matte, and I have really enjoyed this. I'm in the shade 120. There are a lot of ways we could put this on, with a brush, with our fingers. I'm going to use my sponge that I love so much. This is really cushy, and it looks beautiful when I spray the D'Alba on it. This is D'Alba First Spray Serum. It's a white truffle serum, and it just really makes the skin look beautiful. I'm going to spray my sponge with it. I don't like spraying any of these sprays directly on my face, and I'm just going over the skin with the Dalba. This is a primer, it's a setting spray, everything all in one, an essence. Look at how nice my skin looks now with that on top. Now let's go ahead in the foundation, and I'm just sort of patting and pressing into the skin. I'm not going to put it so much, I'll put a tiny bit in the under eye, but I am going to use concealer today. When I'm blending my foundation down into the neck area, I'm not just doing that because I don't want a mark. I'm also doing that to make the skin on my neck look better. If the foundation stops here, even if it's a perfect match, then you see this skin that has like a whole different texture to it because there's no foundation on top of it. So I definitely like to bring it down onto the neck and a little bit on the chest, and this sponge really helps with that. So let me stop before I do the other side so you can see how everything is looking. Do a little more blending. So here's the Maybelline, and here's with nothing at all. What a difference. This really is a great foundation. I love it. I know when I first heard Lumi Matte, I thought, matte, that's not going to be for my skin, but I still wanted to try it because it did say Lumi. I love a luminous foundation that's not too shiny. So this really hit the mark for me. I'm actually going to bring this to use on my daughter. She wears the same shade I do, the 120. She doesn't have this one. She has the Maybelline Fit Me. I had her send a picture of all the makeup she was planning to wear, and then I told her I would bring her some things. I did buy her a mascara and a new liner so that she would have that fresh. I'm really excited for her to try this one because I think she'll love it even more than the Fit Me. Wow, this really just takes the skin to the next level. I'm just taking a little of the foundation and going up under the eye just so that it blends better. You don't see my own skin sort of showing there. Just cleaning this up. Another thing you can do is take a wedge sponge like this and just go right underneath. I'm bringing a few wedge sponges with me today, so when I do her makeup, I can clean up as I go. Well, I'm really happy with that. Now let's move on to blush. I have this Korean blush that I've spoken about before. It's Fui, and this is one of those bouncy blushes. They're so interesting. And so I'm going to put a little on my flat brush, go in with the lighter peach first. And I really just want to build this softly. I don't want too much blush, but I do want it to show. And this tends to go on very softly. It's super buildable. By the way, this brush is the one that I've talked about. It comes in a set that reminded me so much of my Tarte brush. So I like using the flat one for blush. I'm actually going to order another one so that when this one needs washed, I can use the other one. But I'm just sort of pouncing the blush in. And the reason they do these two colors, this is meant to be the pop shade right here, right on the cheekbone, the deeper shade. So I'm going to take a little on the end and just sort of pop it there. Wow, this is all coming together. I'm so excited. Let's add a little bronzer. I feel like I need a little bronzing. So again, I'm taking this. When I bought some Korean makeup recently, I thought, why haven't I bought this? It's been around a long time. It's called Too Cool Art Class. And what's interesting about it is the different shades. You can use it all together. You can just use one or two of the shades. So I'm just going to warm up my face a little bit. I'll go into all three. What I loved about this is it really is, and this will bronze me up a little bit. also put it down the neck so it warms the neck up too. Let's put a little on the nose. We've only got a couple more products to do, then I'm going to slip into my dress. But one thing I really want is concealer tonight. A lot of days I go without concealer, but I'm going to be up close talking with people, and I do see some darkness in here in the under eyes. So one of you wrote me recently, had I tried this concealer? It's from Too Faced. It's called the Born This Way Ethereal Light. And you loved it so much and said I needed to try it. So I tried this and I'm enjoying it. I bought the shade Pecan. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on. And I don't have my Angie paw brush in here because I just washed all my brushes. So I'm going to use this, the 109. It's got sort of a slant. It's almost like a larger version of the paw brush. And we'll just go under the eyes. I could have taken my wedge sponge too. That would be another way. Let's put a little in here. I'm going to take the wedge sponge and just go right along the lash line. Let's put a little product on here. That looks really nice. Now I'll go ahead and do the other side. This is a lightweight concealer. Feels very serum-like, and I like that. I don't like anything heavy. I just can't tolerate it. I'm going to go ahead and start with the brush, and we'll finish off with the sponge. I definitely have brighter under eyes now. What a difference that makes. I want to wear highlighter. I don't wear it that often, but I'm going to this event and I just think I need to have a little brighter look. So I'm using the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace. This is in the shade Glassy Pearl, and I think this is amazing. And this is actually one I will draw on the skin with because it just has the texture, almost water. It just goes right into your skin. I mean, you can feel a little bit of the cream, but it is not like most cream highlighters. This is the closest I've ever found to the Merit Beauty one. I've worn the shade Cava for a long time, and I would say this is the closest that I've ever found at the drugstore. Now let's put on a little powder. I'm definitely wearing the Doll 10 because this has worked so great for me. I'm in the shade 1.5, and this powder just elevates my look and takes away the look of texture on my skin. I love it. Now, I like to take these puffs. I've talked about these many times. They're just great. I buy them on Amazon. They're super affordable. I'll have them linked in the description of the video as well as everything else I'm using today. And I just rub and then into the powder, and then I'm just going to pat. And I'm going to start where I need a little more, like on the chin and the nose, because I got a little too much on the puff, and then I'll just go back and keep pushing in till all the powder absorbs into the skin. So here's our makeup look. I'm off to put my hair up, get my dress on, and then I'll show you the final look all put together. I'm back with the final look. I'm so excited to wear this Lily Pulitzer dress. I never dreamt I would own one. I haven't ever owned anything Lily Pulitzer, and I really love it. It's so comfortable, and I think it's very fitting for the occasion. And again, the gold shoes I think are just perfect. And then I have my little Lily bag I'll be carrying. I just needed something to put a key in and my driver's license, and that's about it. And a lipstick. Can never be without lipstick. Everything is linked down below the video. Let me know if you have a special occasion coming up that you're going to be getting ready for. I hope you all will have a beautiful and blessed week, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.